Alright, this is Murao Haruko here. This is my very first LP. I thought I'd pick something interesting here. I'm a big Minecraft fan of, especially of Jaded Cat stuff. This is Agrarian Skies 2. Please support the author Jaded Cat. Since I'm somewhat of an experienced player, I'm going to go ahead and try hardcore, and we'll see how this goes. If not, then I'll have to start a brand new LP on something easier. But let's go ahead and get started here. Yeah, so first step here is some platforming. This is going to be the most difficult part, getting started. I think after that everything just kind of smooths out. We got a typical skyblock here. Got our dirt block. Just so I feel safe, I'm going to put a couple more dirt blocks here and get our tree started. If you've never played Minecraft before, there's generally two types of Minecraft. There's what's considered vanilla, which is your basic Minecraft, and then there's then the rest of it falls under the category of modded. This particular mod pack, Agrarian Skies 2, comes with a fancy little quest book here. And as you see, I have 8 lives. If I die 8 times, then I can't get back in the game. You can play it on an easier mode. I just decided, I wanted the challenge here. If I had friends, I could have a party. If I click here, I can show quests. The first quests are learning the skyblock. First steps, of course, are go ahead and get some wood. So we're going to focus on doing that. Here's our oak wood here. I've got some bone meal. So let me go ahead and row this up without falling. Oh, please don't fall. Oh God, I don't want to die. Okay. Whew. Let's go ahead and get this. Wood, precious wood. I've never been so happy to punch a tree. Pardon me if I'm a little quiet here. This is my very first... why did I... Oh, wait. My very first LP here. I'm going to take the crafting table and make it a crafting station. So I don't do something which I know I tend to do, which is leave stuff in the crafting table and then forget all about it. Now, something... Let's see here. I'm not going to be able to get my saplings back. I need to extend this platform out a bit. Something that is going to help us out in the beginning here, this is kind of annoying, is we're going to go ahead and make a half slab platform. Now, if you don't know, half slabs, what am I doing, allow you to kind of conserve your wood right off the bat. To make them, I don't know if you saw, I took 3 planks here and put them straight across and got the slabs. Oh, I thought I lost my slabs. That'd be very typical of my skyblock here. So now if we go ahead and point to the bottom here, it's going to put them on the bottom square. And we can point to the edge. If you don't know, I'm holding shift here for those of us who've never played. If you hold shift as you get close to the edge, you won't fall off. I'm not sure if that applies to half slabs, so good luck. If you happen to fall off because you were holding shift on a half slab there, we've all made that mistake, I'm sure, and fall into our deaths. Now see, that one set it under. That was a top block. We're just going to go ahead and expand this out a bit before I move on. Yeah, our initial platform here will be half slabs to kind of conserve things a bit while we get set up. And then eventually I'm just going to tear all this down. It's kind of ugly looking. But not usually a big fan of making a house. It's something that I've... oh, gosh darn it. Come on. Oh, wait, okay. Thought I needed an axe there for a second. Got one of them back. Now the reason you don't want to have top slabs right now is because that'll allow for mobs to spawn, and I guarantee we can't handle that right now. If we had a mob spawn, it'd knock us off, and that would be one of our 8 lives. Okay, so now I'm just wasting bone meal, because apparently my table's too close. We'll throw our table. Yeah, see how it kind of sits up? Because there's it's the bottom of the block, so it's going to stand on the top there. So it's going to be a little weird for a bit, but... no! Whew. Now, honestly speaking, I feel like the food is not terribly an issue. I mean, we did start out with 8 apples. That's not too bad. we started out with nothing, yeah, I'd probably be a little freaked out here. We've got a little, it's hard to kind of see here through, there's a little food bar right there that will slowly drain. That's our little chicken bones there. The little glowy one on the right's kind of our, I guess our full, because our little chickens are full, and then we've got our hunger bar that allows us to kind of keep going past that. Now there is better foods. You can make little light snacks or light meals, and it'll help kind of keep your food bar up a bit. Oh god, these leaves. Just want some saplings, please. Please, just give me some saplings. Please. 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 Let's see here. Now, I'll probably end up at some point here, once we get going, stopping the recording and getting some supplies so you guys don't have to sit and watch me punch wood all day. Oh, we could probably go ahead and turn in our first quest, actually. Oh, precious wood. Now, eventually, until I can get a mob farm set up, I'm going to have to let these trees passively grow. We've got 2 stacks of bone meal, though. That's quite a bit here. Just because I know myself, and I don't really want to... Now, nice thing about these... I'm going to make a chest here and throw all my goodies so I don't lose them. Especially the spruce and birch, which I know is kind of annoying to get. Ooh, extra quest book here. That's good. Throw the bone meal in. I got an extra piece of dirt. I don't know what this book's for, but let's see here. And then I'll throw my extra little pieces of oak wood here. Okay, let's see. Got our tree. Now, our first quest said get oak wood, turn it into planks, and then submit some planks manually. So let me grab a plank here. I'm going to take our plank, manual submit. That completes the quest. I get apples. Ooh, Guide to Life in the Void. Pan of Misfortune. I feel like that could be used for cooking, but a pickaxe might be nice. Because a pickaxe I feel like is going to be kind of hard to get. Now, Tinker's Contract is kind of an interesting mod. It's something I'll have to explain later on for those who've never used it. And this is going to kind of be a tutorial slash me struggling to get things set up, and you guys can see how I do things. And I'd love suggestions. This is my very first LP, so things I can do better. Microphone's probably not very good, but we'll see. I'll see what I can edit out, and that'll be a new concept for me. This is all brand new. So this has got reinforced writable. I feel like that maybe is a modifier I can add. Oh, repair material, tear jerker. Oh, I can repair it with my tears. Yeah, I'll have a lot of those here in skyblock. Oh, good. More apples. Yeah, when the apples run out, yeah, we'll definitely be crying here. So what's our second quest? Okay, so it has me jump right into the Tinker's Construct. I'm gonna work on getting some wood here, and then when I got some wood, I'll come back to the recording and we'll catch up. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I've gotten a little bit of wood here. As you can see, I've built out my platform. In doing so, I might have had a couple of mini heart attacks, because every time I'd shift onto one of these, I'd fall, and I thought it was all over. Apparently, you can shift, but if you got something here, you'll fall off. If you hold shift when there isn't something there, and as long as you're holding it, you're not going to fall off the half slab. So, good news. That being said, now we're to the point where I could chop the tree and let the leaves naturally decay, which kind of saves me a little bit. I've had to eat a few apples. You may have noticed I'm missing one dirt piece. I managed to lose it to the void pretty fast, because I built a couple blocks under there. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the quest chain here. It wants us to make these Tinker's Construct things, and as a reward we'll get some aluminum, and we can pick milk or eggs. Eggs are probably what we'll go with, because we might get some chickens out of that later, but we'll see. So, that being said, time to introduce you to the way modded Minecraft really works. You probably can imagine that vanilla has a million patterns that you just don't know. You have to kind of learn them on your own, or discover them, or have your friends tell you, and yeah, that's not going to work. We have something called not enough items. As you can see, there's 60 pages. This is actually a pretty normal size mod pack, and there's just a million things. We've got a nice little search functionality if I wanted to say find some stairs. type in stairs. Oh, here's a bunch of stairs. Now let's say I want specifically oak. Now, cool thing about this is, let's say I didn't know where it was. I was looking for something, and I was like, oh, I can't find any of the oak, and it's in my chest. I could double click this, and it's going to highlight any oak that I have, or whatever I happen to have in the little window here. Now if I type in space, put a bunch of garbage, then yeah, it's not going to work. But just oak, great. Double click, get rid of that. That took me, I don't know how long to figure out, but I'm showing it to you now, save you some time. So the first time you do it, you're like, oh, why is everything dark? And then you're kind of frustrated trying to figure out how to get rid of it. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and type in the stencil table. Great, so stencil table. There's different ones here. I think the first one's what we're going to build from a mod pack called Tinker's Construct. Now if I left click it, it tells me how to make it. And similarly, if I right click it, it tells me what it can be used for. So I want to know how to make it. Now cool thing here is I'm looking at it right now. It tells me I've got a plank and something. I can see that's a plank, and this is a blank pattern. Now let's say, oh well, how do I make a blank pattern? I'm going to left click the blank pattern, and it's going to tell me how to make that. That's just sticks and planks. So we'll go ahead and get some blank patterns. I can tell you right now they're all going to take blank patterns to make these basic things. So let's get some of these. And we'll get some of these. Yeah, we'll get two more. A little more wood. Now, if I grab the stack here and I right click, I can have it. So I'll just do that here. Get some blank patterns, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I were to shift click that, it just gave me everything it can possibly build with whatever mats are available. Nice thing about these Tinker's Construct tables is they link up to an adjacent chest. I think that only works with vanilla chests, so but I'll have to see. So that being said, blank pattern. Now I know that this is a plank, so let's do that. So one plank, one blank pattern, stencil table. Now I know that this is a chest. One of these is a crafting table, I believe this one, and then one of these is just going to be a log. So let's see here. I need enough for at least one crafting table. So it's got to be a regular crafting table. We'll go ahead and put our blank pattern here. Yeah, so that's a tool station. It's going to need a chest. So I'll put a chest. If I, by the way, if I have a stack in my hands and I right click, it'll just use one of them. So pattern chest, and then one piece of wood, and we get our part builder. So now it's got everything there. Tools. It wants me to make a flint axe head. So it gave me these books. Now these books actually explain quite a bit if you've never used the mod. Similarly, there was a book from Jaded Cat. Very good book if you've never played any of her Skyblocks. This is excellent. It's got so much good information. I love this mod pack, absolutely. She's done a great job. And so I have a lot of it memorized. And I've kind of come up with my own ways of doing stuff. So there is kind of an order to these if you want to have convenience. We'll do the stencil table first. We're actually going to kind of go out here on the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. So stencil table first. That links up to the that'll link up to the chest here. Part builder. So if we go to part builder, it links up to the little pattern chest, which gets its patterns in the stencil table, and then our tool station. So that being said, we put our blank patterns here. Now I know an axe. So if you don't know how to make a tool, you go to the tool station. I want to make an axe. It's got to have that picture and that picture. That's just it's an axe head and handle. So then you go to your stencil table. We're going to make an axe head. Great. If you hold shift, it'll tell you what you can make it out of. We're going to make ours out of flint, which is the second item on the list. We don't have any stone yet. We're working towards that. It's a big deal here. Tool rod, wood. So great, we can use that and do some wood here. So we'll get a tool rod. Now technically you could just make some sticks and that would work too, but we're not going to. We're going to go ahead and do the Tinker's Construct way. So now if we put our pattern here, it'll go in both slots. So you know you're wrong when you can't put the material in that slot. So we're going to put our wood here. Now this doesn't have wood on the list, so this shouldn't work. Yeah, that's going to need some flint. However, this here is going to allow us to make a tool rod. So it's a wooden tool rod versus sticks. Now the sticks are kind of cool. They can be used, but they're not going to give a good modifier. Now if we take this tool rod out, it's going to duplicate the pattern and use another bit of material here. But we don't want to do that. So let's put that back in the chest. We got ourselves a tool rod. Now, since we only used half of the materials, we could take our tool rod pattern and put our 2 sticks in, and that would give us another tool rod. Apparently 2 tool rods? Huh. Anyways, we'll get some flint. Take the flint. So take our axe head. Take our piece of flint. Okay, got our flint head. Put these back in the pattern chest for now. Now we could make a whole bunch of other types of tools. We are limited right now. There's a second tier of tools that'll show up once you upgrade this tool station, and that'll be one of the things you do later. Hammer, which allows you to do a 3x3. A lumber axe, which allows you to chop down trees, and you chop the bottom and it chops down the whole tree. And then, yeah, there's some other stuff that's kind of good. So we'll go to our hammer here. We'll take that, put our handle in, and flint. Now to repair this, it's really cool. You can set it in your crafting window with whatever repair material it says. This one says flint, so we'll put a piece of flint and repair it whenever it gets low. So now we have our tree, and we can go ahead and just, oh, it's so nice. You take for granted all the basic tools. You can't actually make tools easily in most of these recent mod packs. They want you to go the Tinker's Construct way, which is not a bad way to go. It just requires a little more effort, and later on we're going to have to smelt some ores, and of course this would be a mega tree. It's kind of nice on a skyblock to get a mega tree, because then it saves you some bone meal, but I got no way of getting up there. Oh, had a little bit of a panic my first night. I was like, oh my god, I have no torches. Oh, the monsters are going to spawn. And then I realized I'm right at spawn. If you're next to spawn, you can't actually get any monsters or animals. So that'll come into play later when we've got to make a mob spawner. And I typically go with the vanilla mob spawner. Very simple. When I build it, I'll walk you guys through it. It's very, very easy. It's a ghetto mob spawner. There's like really simple small ones that people make, and in fact I think even that Void book I was mentioning earlier, Jaded Cat, she details a couple basic mob spawners, because that's kind of a good way to get some early goodies like redstone and whatnot, which are going to be kind of difficult to get on a skyblock. For those of you that have never played a skyblock, you guys are probably asking, oh, well, how am I going to get stuff like iron, redstone, gold, and subsequently any of the other materials for some of the other mod packs, like Certus Quartz, or stuff for Thaumcraft. Oh, if you don't know Thaumcraft, oh my gosh, you're in for a real treat. That is my favorite mod pack. Anything with the word Thaumcraft in, I'm in. If there were a mod pack with like 50 Thaum mods and that was it, oh, I'd be all over that. Oh, I found a piece of wood here. Yeah, this won't decay unless all the wood's done. Oh, piece of candy. Oh gosh, I'm getting really high up here. Oh, gosh, the hard thing about these big trees right now is just it's so inconvenient to be up this high. And there's a good chance I'm going to lose some of this material. That's okay. So let's build out here a bit. So remember holding shift. This is going to be my first death. I know it. I'm going to fall to my death. One of these times. You'll have to... I have a particular method when grinding up, when hammering down my cobblestone. You guys will see. It's kind of dangerous. And I generally will fall once or twice. But we'll see. I may not fall this time. I've been practicing. Let's see. I think that's it. Maybe? Maybe not. Now, there is going to be a little bit of a panic here because, unfortunately, I need to figure out food fairly quickly. This has actually taken a lot of my hunger. I'm down 3 chicken bones, and those little apples just aren't doing it for me. Oh, there's... Oh, no, oh. I must retrieve apple. So hungry. Must eat apple. No. Whew. Let's grab all these gubs here. Oh wow, this is good. I got a lot of wood off that one. Oh yeah, morsel. It's gonna give me half a chicken. Must eat chicken. Ooh, chicken sounds good. Now there is something with the animals. Anybody who's ever played vanilla knows that, oh, the animals are friendly, they're nice. They may run when you try to hit them, but no. No, 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 no. This mod pack, the animals are very dangerous and will try to kill you. I suspect this is probably a good time to stop this first video. I'm not sure actually how long I've recorded. Just so excited to play Skyblock here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be moving on. We're going to reach a point. Ooh, apple. Oh, no, full. We're going to reach a point here where the wanted the flint axe head to turn in. Hold on. We'll get that, and then we'll call this episode good, so we can turn in that quest, make some progress here. Okay. Let's see. So tools, aluminum. We'll choose the eggs. Choose the moms. Choose eggs. Let's see here. Ooh, aluminum. That'll be useful later. Now I can have a backup axe too if I need. Let's put this back in the pattern chest. Okay, well, this is Maro Haruko. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.